that are ideal for you. One is quite basic, and the other one is fancier, and it acts more like a ventilator, and it blows air. And in 99% of cases, patients have a harder time tolerating the forced air, in addition to the just air pressure to keep the airway open. That I think what we'll do is start with a stepwise approach, and we'll start with CPAP, mask hose machine. All the machines look the same. We'll start with CPAP, and then have you sporadically come back to daytime clinic. And what we can do is we can check the data on the machine. And the machines are really smart. It's like it's doing a sleep study on you every night, except it doesn't tell us oxygen levels. But it tells us if there's a leak in the mask, what his breathing pattern looks like, if he's still stopping breathing despite having the mask on. And that will help us guide the care. And if all the data looks really junky, then we'll switch to the other machine. But I want to start with the machine that is easier tolerated.
Wasn't it the guy, though, that just gave him the test? Didn't he think the second machine would be better?
Well,
no. Wasn't that what he said?
Well, so the issue with when sleep techs who actually do the sleep study, when they make their assessments, they're a little biased because they've been with you all night long. And when we come in the next day and read the sleep study, we're able to take a more broad-based look at the sleep study, say, okay, he actually did great for 40 minutes on the first one, and then he woke up, and then the pressure increased, and then he also did great for 40 minutes on the second one. But that's where we as clinicians decide, knowing our follow-up, because the night techs never see patients for follow-up. They only see patients at nighttime.
Okay.
And that's why we add our other knowledge, saying like, okay, yeah, he did great here, and he did great here. And did he need this higher pressure machine because the actual pressure accidentally went too high in the titration? It's little nuances. And if we need to change the machine, we change the machine. Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Okay.
I think he'll do better with CPAP than BiPAP ST.
Okay.
But it's
less of an adjustment and more likely to wear it at all. And also, the portion where he's on it actually looked pretty good.
Yeah.
The sleep was definitely disrupted by movement.
Yeah.
And so we will make that note into neurology. You move a lot, like this, constantly, and that may be waking you up. And of course, every time it wakes you up, you don't get that restful sleep. CPAP will help with that if some of that waking up and moving is, you know how when you sometimes you wake up or you're just about to go to sleep, you have a movement just because your body's in that shifting between the two stages. It will help with that, but if it's just related to a neurological movement disorder, then there still may be sleep disruption, but at least we can treat the upper part, the upper part,
So, and what we want you to follow with the neurology is that there are medications that can treat the movements during sleep, but you predominantly work with neurology, and I think you guys should discuss with them medications to treat that.
Right.
Because they're basically here at the VA, you're treating group. We can weigh in, but I think that would be ideal.
And you got to bet with some of them it can be sedating, so you want to, if maybe it's something you just try, and you decide with them you're just going to try it for a while, and if it just makes you sleepy without helping, then you don't do it. But that's something that they should think about because they've got other cocktails of neurological meds.
Right. I think he was on some kind of sleep medicine for a while, but they took you off. Because this is one that helps with limb movement that has a side effect of sleep rather than you're taking a lot of pills. I bet you feel like you have a breakfast of pills. Mm-hmm.
So what we can do is we can start the mask, and then if you're